Good morning, children of Standard 5. Today in science, we are going to do the revision. So, first question is, what is geology? So, geology is the study of the Earth's crust. So, children, you all know that we live on the planet Earth and we want to know a lot about what is going on the surface of the earth. So to know about what happens on the earth, how it was made, what it is going to be afterwards, for that we have to study about it, and that study is called geology. So, geology is an earth science concerned with the solid earth, the rocks of which it is composed, and the processes by which they change over time. So, geology is the science dealing with the earth, and we all know that the earth is solid in form. So, the earth is made up of different types of rocks like the metamorphic rocks, sedimentary rocks, igneous rocks, and there are different processes which change it, like the earthquake, volcanic eruption, tsunami, there are different others. So in this and the geology, we study about everything that goes on earth. Now the next one is, what is a volcano? So as you can see in this picture, this is a volcano, okay, in the form of a mountain from which the molten magma comes out through the opening. So let us see what it is. A volcano is a landform, usually a mountain. So mountain is also a landform where molten rocks erupts through the surface of the earth. So here you can see this. This is the opening through which the molten rocks are what? Molten rocks are the rocks which are in the liquid form. Due to high pressure and temperature, the rocks, they have been changed into, they are in the liquid form inside the earth's crust. So they come out with a great pressure through the opening, and that is, it is erupting through the surface of the earth. In other words, we can say that a volcano is a mountain. So this is a mountain that opens downwards. So this is opening downwards in what? Into the pool of the molten rocks. So downward to a pool of a molten rock below the surface of the earth. It's a hole in the earth from which the molten rock and gas erupt. So this is the hole in the earth, and through this hole, this molten rock and the gas, it comes. So you can say that the opening in the earth's surface, so opening in the earth's surface through which molten rocks, hot gases and ash come out from below the surface is called a volcano. And the coming out of lava, it is that means gas and ash, what comes out of the crate of this opening, so that is called volcanic eruption. And volcanoes, they are mostly in the form of conical mountains having a large hole at the top. Now let us know about how many types of volcanoes are there. So volcanoes, they can be classified mainly into three types, like active volcano, dormant volcano, extinct volcano. So what are active volcanoes? Active volcanoes are those volcanoes which are still active and they can erupt frequently. So active volcanoes are those that may erupt any time or have erupted in the recent past. So this active volcano, they can erupt anytime. They are active, and lava and the molten rocks, they can come out of the earth of the opening anytime. Now dormant volcanoes. What are dormant volcanoes? Dormant volcanoes are temporarily inactive but not fully extinct. So what happens in this? In the dormant volcanoes are those volcanoes that have not erupted in a long time. For a long time they have not erupted, but it is not that they are not going to erupt. They will erupt. Okay? They are not extinct. Extinct means they are not that, it is not that they are not going to erupt. Okay? So these dormant volcanoes, they will erupt. They are temporarily inactive and they can erupt after few years. Now, then the third one is the extinct volcano. So extinct volcanoes are those volcanoes that are not going to erupt. So never likely to erupt again. So extinct volcanoes are those that have stopped erupting. They might have erupted in the past, but now it is that they are not going to erupt again. So the question, if it is what are the three types of volcanoes, then we can say that the three types of volcanoes are active volcanoes, dormant volcanoes, and the third one is the extinct volcanoes. Now, which type of volcano is a barren island? So we should know first, where is the barren island? The barren island, it is in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay. And so barren island is an active volcano. We have read about the active volcano. What are active volcanoes? Active volcanoes, they are those type of volcanoes which are likely to erupt. So let us know more about this. Dormant for more than 150 years, it started erupting in 1991. So this barren island volcano, what happened in that? It was erupting before, but for 150 years it was dormant. That means, so this barren island volcanoes started erupting in 1991. For 150 years they were dormant, they were not erupting, but after that they started erupting. Now see, since January 23rd, 2017, the volcano has been spewing ash and lava. It has been erupting in smallest episodes lasting about 5 to 10 minutes. So here you can see the ash and lava coming out of this volcano. So January 23rd, 2017, from that time this volcano is giving out ash and lava, and it is giving for few years, it stops, again it starts erupting, and that eruption lasts for 5 to 10 minutes, again it stops, again after few years it again gives out ash and lava. So that is an active volcano. Now, the next question is, what causes a tsunami? So, tsunami, how it is caused? So, tsunami, it is caused by the undersea earthquake. So, you can see in this picture, there is tectonic plates which are present in the earth. So, what happens? They slide up and down. When there is earthquake, the plates, they slide up and down, they come over upon each other. So or in that case, what happens? There is wave released. Okay, there is wave released, or energy is released at that time, and due to the energy, seismic waves are there, and the seismic waves cause tremors or shaking, and the waves, they start moving. So let us understand that in detail. So see here, tsunami starts during earthquake. The giant waves travel across the sea. So there is earthquake and the waves, they are traveling across the sea. And the epicenter of an earthquake, what is the meaning of the epicenter? From where the seismic waves they start coming out. So from here, and then the tsunami, it hits the coast. The waves, they take out the gigantic form, and then they form the tsunami. Wait, one more picture. Come on, with this we will understand nicely. So when a piece of the plate snaps up, you can see here, and sends tons of rocks shooting upwards with tremendous force. Now you can see the plates, they are broken, they are lying on each other, and then there is there are rocks which move up, tons of rocks, they move upwards, and it is moving with a great force. And at that time, what happens at that time? The energy is released, and that energy of the force is transferred to the water. When they are upon the rocks, they are upon each other, and when they break, then they release a lot of force. Okay, and due to the lot of force, energy is released, and energy of that is transferred to water, and the energy pushes the water upside, and due to the tremendous energy, the water is pushed upside, okay, the pushed upward above the normal sea level. This is the birth of the tsunami, and due to that the wave is created, and the wave causes the tsunami. Now there was one more question. As you can see in this picture, how tremendous is the tsunami. Now there was one more question. The sixth question is, what is the common name for a tsunami? So the common name for a tsunami is a tidal wave. So the tsunami, we can say a tidal wave also. Now the next one. What is the magnitude of the Richter scale? So the magnitude of the Richter scale is how much? Is from 1 to 8. So from 1 to 8, you can see the magnitude of the Richter scale. Let us understand about that, how much dangerous it is. Till 2.5 or less, okay, when the reading of the Richter scale is 2.5 or less, then at that time, when there is earthquake, okay, when at that time when there is earthquake, it is not felt, but can be recorded. But the seismograph, it records. About the seismograph, we will see what is the seismograph. Okay, seismograph records the intensity of the earthquake. Now from 2.5, okay, from 2.5 to 5.4, when there is the earthquake, at that time if the magnitude is 2.5 to 5.4, then that is often felt, we can feel that, but only causes minor damage, but there is little bit damage. Then 5.5 to 6, when the magnitude of the earthquake is 5.5 to 6, then what happens? The intensity, then there is a slight damage to the buildings. Then we can find that the buildings, they may have a little bit cracks on that. Then 6.1 to 6.9, so may cause major damage in populated areas. So when the intensity or magnitude of the earthquake is 6.1 to 6.9, then there will be a major damage in the area where the people they live, populated area. Then 7 to 7.9, major earthquake causing serious damage. So it is very serious. 7 to 7.5, there is a serious damage caused by the earthquake to the people. Now great earthquake that 8 or greater, then great earthquake that can totally destroy communities near its center. So it is a major, very big damage, and it can totally destroy the communities which live near where the earthquake has taken place. Now, what is a seismograph? Which device is used to measure the intensity of the earthquake? So to measure the intensity of the earthquake, we use a seismograph. So seismograph is used to measure the intensity of the earthquake. So this is the seismograph. Okay, with this the intensity of the earthquake is measured. So you can see here in this there is a pen and the heavy weight which keeps the pen straight, and then there is a revolving paper covering the drum, then wire through which the pen and the heavy weight are held up, and there is a column holding all the things. Now what happens when there is earthquake? Okay, when there is earthquake, then this it starts shaking. Okay, now this will shake, this is also going to shake, but the pen it is going to be at its own place. Okay, the pen will be at its own place. So what will happen when this starts shaking? Suppose there is an earthquake and the drum it starts shaking, then there will be the pen, what it does, it also starts the pen is not shaking. Okay, the drum will shake and the pen will be held at its own place. It will be shake, it shakes like this, then the pen is going to record the intensity. If it is very high, okay, if it is very high, it will shake very fast, and the pen it will write like this, okay, on this, and like it can measure the intensity in this form by the seismograph. Now, how was Kingdom of Tonga formed? So, Kingdom of Tonga, it was formed by the eruption of the active volcano. So, eruption of the active volcano, it formed the Kingdom of Tonga. So, first there was a volcano. There was a volcano under the sea, and what happened when this volcano it erupted? When a volcano it erupted, then it gave out lava. Sorry, the molten magma it came out, and the lava it was spread everywhere, and due to that the island was formed. You know what is island? Island is a place which is covered from all the sides with water. Now, so Kingdom of Tonga, it was formed by the eruption of the active volcano, keep in mind. Then, let us know what is migration. So some animals, they move from one region to another in response to changes in the weather, habitat or availability of food. This movement is called migration. So what happens? Some animals, they move from one place to another, okay, where they are living, from that place they live, and they go to another place when there is change in the season. Suppose there is very cold, okay, then what these animals they do, they leave that place and go to a warmer place, okay, where they can live comfortably, they can find food, where they can give birth to their young ones, and then they change their habitat is what, the place where they are living. Or availability of food, suppose in that area the food becomes scarce, then they go to the other place where they will find a lot of food, and again after they come back to their original place again. Okay, so that is called migration. Now, which bird makes the longest migration? So, Arctic tern, it makes the longest migration. It moves from North Pole to South Pole. So, during its lifetime, it moves in such a long distance that it can cover 3 to 4 times on the trip of a moon. So, the Arctic terns, they make the longest migration from North Pole to South Pole every winter and return back to the North Pole when the weather it turns warm. So, every year they fly over 35,000 kilometers. Then the next question is, name the insect that migrates from Canada to Mexico. So, the insect which migrates from Canada to Mexico is the monarch butterfly. So monarch butterfly migrates from Canada to Mexico. So monarch butterflies, they have been known to travel more than 3,000 kilometers during migration. They fly from Canada to Mexico, and when they are going for migration, they there are 3 to 4 generation takes place from migrating from Canada to Mexico, while migrating from Canada to Mexico. Now explain the migration of whales. So this is the migration of the whales. The whales, what they do? Whales travel to colder parts of the ocean for feeding. So these whales, they come to the colder part of the ocean where there is cold. They come to that area for what? To eat, okay, to find food. And then what they do? They move to warmer place, okay, warmer water for what? To give birth to the young ones. So for giving birth to the young ones, they move to warmer water, and to eat, they come to colder parts of the ocean. Then the next one. Wait. From where do the Siberian cranes come to India? As you can see in this picture, this is a Siberian cranes. Upside also you can see Siberian cranes. They are climbing Himalayan. Okay, they are crossing the Himalayan range and coming to India. So Siberian cranes, they come to India from Siberia and Russia. So from Siberia and Russia, they are coming to India, and when they come to India, at that time they are crossing many southeastern Asian countries, and then they come to India. They cross through Nepal also, China also, and then coming to India. Now, bar-headed geese. So why do the bar-headed geese migrate to India? So these bar-headed geese, why they migrate to India? So bar-headed geese, they migrate to India to feed. So for eating, for finding food, they come to India. They make their nest where they live in Tibet. Okay, they live in Tibet, and they see bar-headed geese which nest in the Tibet fly over the Himalayan mountains and reach several parts of India. So you can see in this picture the bar-headed geese, they are crossing the Himalayan range, okay, Himalayan range, and then coming to India to find food, to feed. So thank you children. All the best for your test. Prepare nicely, revise all the things which are taught for your test for class test 3. Thank you.